Hola, mijos. I have another story. Tonight it's Chrystal and the Pixie. Let's see the story. Or let's see the picture. It is a very sparkly rainbow. Take a deep, relaxing breath, snuggle down, and listen carefully to this tale about a little girl called Chrystal. One day she had an extraordinary adventure. What do you think happened? Bet you it has something to do with that sparkly rainbow. Crystal's head had been thumping for 2 whole days. She felt hot and shivery all over. "It's not fair," she croaked. I want to go to Gloria's party this afternoon." "I'm sorry, sweetheart. You're not well enough," said Dad. "You need to stay in bed for another day at least." Chrystal burst into tears. She had been looking forward to the party so much. "Gloria's my best friend, and I wanted to wear my lovely new dress," she sobbed. "I know," said Dad as he plumped her pillow, "but just try to rest. Perhaps you'll feel brighter after that." Tears ran down Crystal's hot cheek, but soon she fell asleep. And as she slept, she had the strangest dream. A pixie in a rainbow-colored waistcoat floated toward her on a cloud. "Don't cry," he said kindly, and he patted the cloud so that Chrystal could sit beside him. "Sometimes it helps to talk to someone about your problems. Do you want to tell me what's up?" In the dream, Chrystal was wearing her beautiful new party dress. The little pixie seemed very kind, so Chrystal snuffled back her tears and told him everything. "I have a sore head and my tummy hurts. I can't stop crying because it's my best friend's party and Dad says I can't go. I have to stay in bed, and that's just not fair. I'm going to be in bed for the rest of my life. I know it." And as she talked, tears started strolling down her cheeks once again. "Oh dear, it's a good job that I'm a magic pixie," he said. "I'm sure I can make you feel better." "What do you mean?" said Chrystal curiously. "Can you grant 3 magic wishes?" The pixie smiled. "Something like that. What would you wish for?" "That's easy," said Chrystal, holding up her fingers. 1. I wish I wasn't ill. 2. I wish I didn't feel so upset. And 3. I wish I could go to the party." Without a moment's hesitation, the pixie said, "Well, all you have to do is find a handkerchief to dry those tears." "Is that all?" asked Chrystal. "This really was a wonderful dream. If I find a hanky, my wishes will come true?" "Yes," the pixie nodded, "but you have to get the hanky from someone who has never felt upset, sick, or hurt. Someone who has never cried." "I can do that. That's easy," said Chrystal, hopping onto the rainbow at the edge of the cloud. She slid down it like a slide. "Dad is the bravest man alive, and Mom is never ill. I'll bet neither of them ever cries. Grown-ups don't cry." Chrystal peered through her living room window. Mom was passing Dad a tissue. They were watching a sad movie on TV, and they were both crying. For a moment, Chrystal was upset she couldn't get a hanky from them. Then she had an idea. "I know, I'll phone Uncle Theo instead. He's a police officer, so I bet he's never cried." A jolly-looking sunflower appeared and passed Chrystal a phone. But when she called up Uncle Theo, he told her he did sometimes cry, like when his son Blue went off to college and he missed him. So she racked her brains to figure out who else she could phone. One by one she tried them. Aunt Jenny the firefighter, Cousin Pete who was studying to be a nurse, and even Miss Ingram, her teacher. But they all told her about times in their lives when they'd felt so hurt or upset that they'd cried. Finally, Chrystal spotted Grandpa. He was floating past on a cloud, merrily waving his walking stick at her. "Hi there," she called. Surely Grandpa was far too wise to cry. But even he said he got sad and frustrated enough to cry at times, just like when Grandma Josephine had passed away or his arthritis got very painful. I try to let myself be upset for only a little while, though, he said, kissing her as he floated away. You know, sadness is part of life. Any luck finding that handkerchief? Said the little pixie, sliding down the rainbow to join her. Chrystal shook her head. I can't find anybody who has never been upset, sick, or hurt. Even the grown-ups. You see, Chrystal, everybody hurts and cries at times, said the pixie. The important thing to remember is that the sadness and disappointment will pass. If you have to miss a party, it's not the end of the world. Think about something fun you and your friend can do together to celebrate her birthday when you feel better instead. Chrystal nodded. Maybe Gloria and I can have a special party of our own with our favorite cake, she said. I could even still wear my lovely new dress. Exactly, said the pixie. But he was starting to fade away in a swirl of colors. The next thing Chrystal knew, Dad was offering her a drink of water as she woke up. You slept for a long time, he said as she sat up to take the drink. Do you feel any better? A bit, said Chrystal, stretching. I had a weird dream. Then she looked at her father strangely. Dad, do you ever cry at things you see on TV? Like a baby, Dad blushed. There's an old black and white movie that Mom and I loved, but it always makes us cry. We go through a box of tissues when we watch it. Chrystal squeezed his hand. To tell the truth, I often feel better after a good cry, said Dad. I know what you mean, agreed Chrystal. I'm still sad to miss Gloria's party, but I know this feeling won't last forever. It's like that wise pixie said, nothing lasts forever. I'll stop feeling ill soon, and then I know I'll stop feeling sad, too. That's very true, said Dad. Clever girl. But he scratched his head. What wise pixie? Chrystal laughed. Oh, just a new friend I met in my dream. We had a real adventure. Sit down and I'll tell you all about it. And feeling much better already, that's exactly what she did. I bet you know what the lesson is, don't you? Let's go. Let's read it anyway. We all feel upset from time to time. That's part of life. A wise person remembers that sadness will pass and happier times will come again. That's very true. No matter what happens. And, well, you know, that's even the good times too. Because even whenever you're having the best day of ever and everything's going your way and you're very happy, well, that too will pass away. And it's not a bad thing. It's just the cycle of life that we have to go through. Well, I love you boys very much. And I can't wait to talk to you again. And I will see you soon. Love you. Night.